Hi, my name is Dr. Lim Schubel, and I am the director of Schubel Chiropractica here in Peru. And I have the good fortune today to interview Dr. Ryan, who's worked with us for 5 years here in Peru, and he is going to tell us his story. Dr. Ryan, tell us about how you even heard about Schubel Chiropractic in the first place, and what's been your experience here?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I heard about you from your brother. He went to the same school I did at Life University in Atlanta. And so that's kind of how I knew about you. And I had worked 15 years in the United States, and I was looking for something just kind of different and new. And I was in a practice I really enjoyed, but I really wanted to kind of get back to just doing chiropractic. And it just seemed like there was an easier way to do things, and you know, it just wasn't working for me. So I just started looking for different things, and I just kind of came across your name in an ad, and I remembered Brian and so forth. So I talked with some friends from school, and I decided to contact you all, and about a month later I was here. So it was a really fast decision for me. It was kind of like a no-brainer for me to come down here. It seemed really exciting, and it has been.
So now you started with us, and then how many years did you work with us for the first session? 3 years, was it?
Yeah, I worked here 3 years.
Okay, and then you went back to the United States for 8 months, right? And you were working over there, and then and what happened? What was your experience there, and then why did you come back and work with us again?
Absolutely. Yeah, I left here. I had a great experience here. So when I went back home, I, feeling really good and charged up. I took some time off, traveled, and did some things that I wanted to do, visit family I hadn't seen in a couple of years. So that was a lot of fun. But when I came back to it, I didn't have the energy, or I wouldn't say the energy, excuse me. I didn't really want to kind of go back to the system that I was practicing after practicing here. So I really missed the system. I missed Peru, missed living here tremendously. So I contacted Dr. Schubel and asked if I could come back and resume my position here.
And we were certainly happy to have you back, because you're a high-quality doctor of chiropractic with a huge heart, and that's really what we look for. We can train a person how to adjust, we can train a person how to communicate, how to market, but the one thing we can't train is how to have a beautiful heart, and you certainly have that, and we're very appreciative of the time that you've spent here, and I know the people in Peru are very appreciative as well of your service here. Now, there's something very interesting that you're going to be doing when you leave here. You're going to be doing what? Hiking around?
Yeah. Yeah. This coming in, the next year coming in February, I'm going to be taking or attempting to backpack the Appalachian Trail. So that's one great advantage of being here. It gives you the flexibility to kind of do things that maybe was your dream for many years. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And I've been putting it off because I've been working, trying to pay off school loans and doing all those things that we're involved with. But I got to the point working down here, you just really enjoy life, and you just want to enjoy even more of it. So I thought, well, I need to take this opportunity while I can still do it, while I'm still really healthy, and complete it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Perfect. And share with us some of what you might feel are the great benefits for people that are considering the position. What would be some of the great benefits of working at Schubel Chiropractica here in Peru?
Yeah, well, I don't know really where to start. First thing you're going to find is just the ease of practicing. Everything's pretty much well taken care of for you. So you just come here, love the people, adjust them, and communicate chiropractic. That's your sole job, and if you do that well, you're going to do really well here. It's just a no-brainer. So that's the beauty of the system. We have things that are, the system is very well organized to where you just come in and, all you have to do is adjust the patient, take care of them, and I don't know if I tried to sum it up in short words, but yeah.
So tell us maybe what were some of the challenges that you had while you were here, because certainly I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go down to Peru, maybe it's not that well developed, the chiropractic profession. Things will be easy. I'll just open my doors and the folks will flood in. What were some of the challenges that you experienced in Schubel Chiropractica?
Sure. The biggest challenge I faced was, of course, the language. I knew hola and gracias, and I didn't know how to say those very well. So the language is a big barrier for me. And so, if you can prepare yourself before coming down here to learn Spanish, that's a big advantage. But that was the biggest challenge. But eventually you learn it. It's just going to come to you, and you're going to do well. So that was the biggest challenge. And also there's things that are a little different you have to kind of get used to. But honestly, those challenges are actually kind of enjoyable, you know, learning the new culture, learning how kind of people operate here. So for me, that was kind of exciting and enjoyable.
Yeah, and certainly for doctors that are going back to the United States after their work here, it's a huge benefit to be able to speak Spanish because, of course, as you know, that's the fastest growing demographic in the United States of America. So being able to speak two different languages, English and Spanish, certainly can, we've known doctors that have doubled their practice just as a result of being masters of the two languages and of course, having a system then to practice in the United States that, as you mentioned, is simple, it's congruent, and it's effective, and so those are some of the other benefits that the doctors of chiropractic here mention. So, Dr. Ryan, okay, good. So, Dr. Ryan, you have 15 years. So, Dr. Ryan, you had 15 years' experience working in the United States before you came to Peru. And you mentioned that the procedures that we have here make chiropractic simple and, I believe, fun. Can you explain to us some of the differences between your experiences working in the United States and here? Why is it so great to work here?
Yeah, as you know, in each state's a little different. You have different requirements you have to do as far as standards. So you're involved in a lot of testing and a lot of extra things that maybe are not so chiropractic. So it's the difference here is when I see a new patient, my only job is to listen to them, find out what's going on with them, so I get a little brief history of them. Then I detect their subluxation, and then I correct it. And then the other obligation is to communicate or educate to them the importance of chiropractic, and then for them to communicate to their family members and their friends.
Another benefit is that we're not working with third-party paying systems. So there's no insurance, there's no paperwork, right? There's no specific exams, as you mentioned, that are not necessarily chiropractic related, but they're about getting paid by an insurance company or a third-party paying. Do you feel comfortable now working in an all-cash environment that you can create the value for chiropractic and then sell chiropractic in that sense in a cash environment?
Yeah, absolutely, because one thing you also learn here is you learn to kind of get out of your comfort zone. You learn how to communicate chiropractic better. You know, I never was involved in too many screenings, or I never did any TV interviews or things like that. Here, you'll get to do stuff like that. And that just opens you up to communication. And to me, that's the biggest thing, you know, with your patient care here.
Dr. Ryan, you're probably one of the doctors that we've had with the most level of experience here in Schubel Chiropractic in Peru. You have 20 years experience, 5 of which you spent in Peru. And I know there's a lot of young doctors that are watching this fresh out of school, or maybe students. What advice would you have for them based on your 20 years experience?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is, you know, believe in yourself, believe that you can deliver the adjustment or deliver the care to that person. You have to really trust that chiropractic, I mean, I think most chiropractors do believe what they do, but when you're doing just adjustments and doing chiropractic, you get to really see how the body really heals itself. And just take confidence in that, and take confidence in yourself. And just be relaxed. And remember that your thoughts create your energy. In other words, your attitude will really definitely determine your altitude here, or anywhere where you practice. So biggest thing is relax, trust chiropractic, trust yourself, have good thoughts, and always make yourself goals. Make yourself a long-term goal, and that's what you want to achieve. And you start from there. You already see yourself as being there, and you make those little goals to reach that big goal.